Our meeting is being live streamed.
Oh, okay.
But it says we're live.
I didn't know whether I should take my shoes off or not take my shoes
we're
off.
live now.
That's okay.
And then they're hearing about your shoes.
That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me make sure the sound is off on this one. Okay. And that our sound, oh, I don't need our sound up, do I? Because live chat.
See, I turned my phone off, but you heard it do that.
I did. And why? I'm like, why is it sideways? Okay. Okay. We're live now. We're live. Okay. So here is, so you can see our live chat here next to us.
Okay. I can't
read here's
it,
us.
I can see it.
I think I can read it. I think I'm close enough or far enough. Close
Maybe
enough.
We should have turned tables. But anyway, hello
okay.
out there.
Hi,
Hopefully
guys.
some of you are here.
Make sure if you show up, you say hi so we know you're here. We got at least one person watching right now. Maybe it's us.
So what did you click over?
I just click on, I go back and forth from the different windows.
But Amber's here at my house.
Hi.
We're not doing split screen. As you
No,
can
we're
see.
both here. I'm in Utah.
Utah. She's
in
living
Utah.
here now.
Yay.
For a while.
And I'm tired this morning. Are you tired? I'm tired.
Yes, because I got up earlier so I could shower, shave, and shine before I had to take Jeff to work.
Oh, that's right. Because he had to be there at 10?
10.
Okay.
10 to 6. So he
So-
likes it. He loves it.
So if you're
And-
new here, by the way, I'm Amber.
And I'm Donna.
And
I'm Donna from Crystal Skies Hand Dyed on Etsy, Instagram,
and Facebook.
And
I'm Amber's Craft Place on Instagram and Facebook only. I'm not really selling anything right now because of going to China.
Right. So.
Hi, Bree. Hey, congratulations on your 5K. Good job
Yes,
completing
you did
that.
Good.
That's awesome because I can't do that.
No, we're
Mm-mm.
not. Yeah. I couldn't even ride a bike that far. I don't think. Well, maybe.
I think
don't know.
5K is not that bad for a bike because
It's
a lot
5
of it.
miles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or 5 kilometers. Or
Yes.
whatever.
Oh, Jacqueline's on. Hi.
Jack.
She says, hello, my beauties. Sorry, I've been away. So have
Well,
we.
So have we. This is our first
been a
podcast
month.
in a month. So, and this is our Halloween stuff. This is the closest thing I had. Weasleys,
These wizards, whiz bangs.
bangs.
And mine, I have candy in my skeletal stumps.
Oh, you do? My favorite candy. My favorite candy. Oh, was it last year or the year before? They came out with a Hershey's candy corn. They didn't come out with it this year. I didn't see it anyway.
Yeah, no, we got it at my Dollar Tree.
Yeah, but we
in
didn't have it at
Blackfoot.
ours. And I bought a whole bunch because they were good. But Brock's makes the best candy corn I have found.
Aunt Shell says, hello. Donna, slick your hair back. You had have some flyaways.
Oh, I do. See, I washed my hair this morning and I was going to wear it down, but I told Amber I looked like
Hermione,
her first year when her hair was, because I have so much hair and it was so flyaway.
She does. Her hair is thicker than mine.
Oh, it's thick.
It is. It's thick. I mean,
that's my ponytail.
yeah, I mean, look at yours compared to mine. I mean,
yeah,
mine is thin compared
Christy
to yours.
got my thick hair.
Mine used to always be thick. I just, as I have gotten older, it's thinned out.
And Christy's has stayed.
And it's also, I think I have naturally curly hair. My whole life I've been brushing it and blow drying it, but if you look at it and see how it looks frizzy,
I've been blow drying mine.
But you can do it wet and scrunch it and blow dry it with like a diffuser. And my hair actually is wavy / curly.
I hate this.
Oh.
I have a loose, whatever you call it. And
Scrunchy?
It's scrunchy.
Is this one for me?
Yes.
Nope.
Would you go in my bathroom? Oh, well.
That one's not from me.
And
Because
get
mine
one
are
of my-
nicer than that.
Yeah, well, this one I've had forever.
I know. You probably had it
And
for
I only
years.
wear it on Halloween because
My mother is very particular about her hair.
Yes.
It can't be imperfect. She saw I braided mine and she's like, I can't do that. I couldn't do that.
When I was a little girl growing up, all our dresses had the tie. And I used to go to school and the teacher told my mother I would make her retie my bow so it was really tight and really I like it tight. Yeah, and I don't like the feeling of.
Are you gonna live with it? Are you gonna survive with it the way it is?
I am. See how long it is?
I know.
Told you it was getting
It
long
is
down to my waist again. Anyway, boy,
let's
have
see.
we rattled on.
Bree said, thank you both. It was a bit chilled and thankfully the rain held off. I think I would have loved to run in the rain though if it wasn't pouring.
Right.
I like it misty.
Yeah, we had rain and snow last week. They had more rain here than we've had all year practically, and it was all, and our mountains all have snow on it. So they're all pretty. But this week, since Tuesday, I think it's about Tuesday.
It's been in the 60s.
It's been nice, 60, and we actually hit 70 one day. And this is a nice Halloween weekend here in Utah. I don't know if it's all over, but here in Utah, a lot of the people trick or treat tonight.
Mhm.
So, and a few will trick or treat tomorrow, but it's going to be most
lot of
days
them
it's going to
tonight.
be, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice out. Yeah.
I'm giving away those packs of white
Chocolate
Cheez-Its,
Kit Kat?
white
Oh.
Cheez-Its.
Oh,
Remember that Jeff
Mhm.
bought a whole box thinking I liked them and I don't. So we're giving those away. If we
Okay.
get any trick-or-treaters, we didn't get any last year. And the year before, we only got like maybe 7 or 8. So we'll see what
Mhm.
happens this year since more people are going trick-or-treating.
Let's see. Aunt Shelley thinks you need a bobby pin. She doesn't have any bobby pins though.
Yeah, I
Mom
know,
doesn't
see-
own bobby pins. It's
I
just
don't.
your-
And I've thought about it and then I always forget to get them.
Maybe we'll get some today while we're out too. Jacqueline, she said, are you still making pens? When are you leaving? I'm not making them, but if you want any, I have some still. I made a ton. I finished a ton before I left. So if you want one, let me know.
And she put them on my other site for a while, but
I took them off because it was just, I didn't want to worry about them.
Yeah.
But I still have some and I can send them to you. It's just getting the postage figured out. When am I leaving? I don't know, but there's been good news on that front today. The first successful Washington, D.C. PU letter came back. So that's one of the things that was holding me up too, because Washington, D.C. said they were issuing the letters, but they really weren't. So according to English First, the first successful one came back this week. So they can start submitting them to get them.
Has Dave got his?
No.
Oh, and I thought his was moving before yours.
His is, but he's waiting. All my stuff is ready to go.
Except for the PU?
Because my stuff, I had to do it differently than his.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
the
his,
different
we sent
schools
to the
are going
Chinese consulate this week to get his Chinese consulate verification. And then that should come back next week because they said it only takes like 3 days for them to do.
Okay.
And we included a postage paid priority mail envelope for them to send it back with.
Oh, okay.
And then we can do his PU letter. Because mine hasn't even been submitted for yet. But and then let's see. Left is right crochet with Sandy is on. Hi, Sandy. Greetings.
She must be a lefty.
Bree says it was in the lower 40s, so wet plus cold weather equals very cold when you stop running. That's true.
Oh,
But while you
yeah.
were running, I'm sure it felt amazing.
Yeah. My nephew's wife is a runner and she runs in all these marathons. And about 8 years ago, she ran in the Boston Marathon. But they live in Portland, Oregon. And so they run, her and her husband. He runs mostly with his company's, he works for PG&E and with his company's team. But then she runs all these marathons. And she even ran when she was pregnant. Do you remember that? She got a special thing to wear,
like a belly band.
And yeah. And she's got 2 little girls who are not little anymore. They're like 7 and 9, but they run too. They run with her. So yeah, it's good. Keeps them in physically fit, but you do have to watch your knees. I guess
you do. Yeah.
So,
My knees aren't good enough for that.
I can't read you guys.
I know. I'm just going to read one out loud. Sandy said, we're giving away those small packages of Fig Newtons. Mr. Wright actually bought an entire case of them.
Boy, I hope you have lots of people. Or
you're the healthy house.
You really like Fig Newtons. I love Fig Newtons.
I do like.
Yeah. I can't eat a whole pack at once. And by the time you get halfway through, they start getting hard. So if I can find the little packs.
I bought them for my students last year when we did during state testing. I bought a package of the little packs and I put them on the little ones on each of their desks before testing to give them a nice healthy snack with healthy sugar because the school gave us candy to give them.
Oh,
and then candy does give them a sugar rush, but the Fig Newton will help sustain them through their 2 to 4 hour test, depending on how long they take.
Well, I know here on the newscast, they were recommending instead of giving candy to give like pencils and the fun erasers, except the fun erasers, some of them look like candy and I'd be afraid that the kids, especially little kids.
That is going to guarantee you don't get trick-or-treated next year if you give those things out.
I know. Jeff says, give out pennies. And I says, yeah, when I was a kid, pennies, we were excited if we got a penny because then we could buy the candy we wanted. But now I said, you'd have to give out dollar bills. He says, well, we get some few, maybe I'll give out dollar bills.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. And then they'll tell all their friends, go to that house.
Well, that's why I'm going to my sister's house tonight, to Robin's house tonight. And they give out full bars and a soda.
And a soda?
And a can of soda. And she said, we don't usually get a lot, but she's like, I think the word is getting around. So we might get more trick-or-treaters this year. So she's like, we're prepared, but
yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Jacqueline, I will watch for your messages.
Right.
Bree said it was quite fun. Lots of people dressed up. This is my first year running. I have the goal of a 10K next year, half marathon the following year, and a marathon the following if possible. Wow.
Good
yeah.
for you.
She's like, fingers crossed. Seriously. That is hard training. And I look up to people who can do that. I don't have the stamina. My asthma kicks in.
I think Robin's husband, Brian, was a runner, and Robin
was for a long time,
but she has trouble with shin splints. But they ran here every year. They have a big one.
I don't know which
like
one
around the 4th of July weekend, and they run up. I think they start in the mountains, but they go through a mountain trail around here and end up in Provo. But and Brian, he used to fly here to run with his brothers before they moved here.
I don't think I knew that, but I know Robin did get big into running for a while.
Yeah, she was big into it. But and they have acreage that she can run around in.
Yeah, but she used their 4x4, not 4x4, side by side instead, I think, to go out on her acreage.
She's so funny.
Because they got a lot of space out there.
Yeah, but anyway.
So we haven't even talked about our week yet, and we've just been rambling for the last
you mean our month?
12 minutes. Yeah.
Our month.
It's been a month. We finally sold our house.
Yep, they sold their house.
We closed on it yesterday, but we haven't gotten paid yet because they said the bank funded late, so they weren't able to get it over to our bank. So they'll do it Monday, and I hope they do it first thing Monday morning because we could use that money. We're living with our in-laws right now, so I'm not really making. That's why I'm not making pens, Jax, because I don't really have a spot for them.
They live in a bedroom.
Yeah, we live in a bedroom. We have a bathroom too.
Yep, and a bathroom.
Well, actually, we kind of are in 2 bedrooms, like because there's not enough room to put all of our stuff in the 1 bedroom. So in the bedroom next to it, they've set up a shelf like with these kind of drawers that we put our clothes because it's just the way the space is in the house. I mean, we didn't plan on living with them for a long time, so it's not a big deal. Like it's just. Yeah. But yeah, there's not really room to do anything. Like I have my epoxies in their garage because I can't store it in our storage shed. It says no solvents and stuff.
Right.
So it's in their garage.
Right. And it shouldn't even be in there because in the summer it's going to get hot and I don't know if epoxy gets bad.
It shouldn't get bad because it's in 2 separate things. They're each in their own. I mean, until you mix it, and that's when it's a problem. But yeah, so.
Yep.
And I was working a job I made it like a week and a half. But it was really hard standing, so I quit.
She's not used to standing
8 hours on cement flooring without being able to sit down. So yeah. No. Jacqueline said, "Are you not able to put on any words?" I have my Cricut and I have the vinyl, but I have no way to epoxy over it after. So they would be unpersonalized, the pens that I have left. So no, I'm sorry. It's just the way it is right now. I mean, there's just no place to do it. And like I could do it in the garage, but it's cold outside now and epoxy doesn't cure when it's cold.
Right.
It needs to be like 75 degrees. And we've got 2 little kids and epoxy isn't safe around little kids like that.
And they're little.
Yeah. Like a month and 2 years. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, no. Sorry, Jax.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So hopefully when our house is gone and we don't have to worry about Idaho anymore, life will be good. That'll be better.
She's been door dashing.
I've been door dashing. Dave and I have, well, he's been subbing more than me, but he finally got me the referral stuff. So I can finally sign up to be a sub too.
Right. I door dashed just the one day.
Yes, she did.
It was different.
Did you go only one day? Or
only one day.
I thought you did 2 days in a row with me.
Nope. Just the one day. Oh. Yeah, just that one day.
Okay.
And we did a 12-mile. We ended up in Mapleton at my daughter's house because we took one dash that was 12 miles and we didn't know it would be
all the way in Mapleton.
And it was for sushi.
It was a sushi wrap, a sushi burrito.
From Provo.
We have a place called Sushi Burrito here where they basically make your sushi into a burrito, like a full-on burrito. Yeah. Not my scene, but some people like it, I guess.
Yeah.
Jill's on. She's like, I'm here, but I'm driving. So using the voice app. Hi, Jill.
Oh, hi, Jill.
Welcome. So that's basically been my month. So we're here. We got everything out of our house. We closed. It's not our house anymore.
Yeah. I went with them
last weekend, I think.
And we had finished the cleaning, kind of. But
we did.
Yeah.
And then Dave and I went on Monday and got
went back.
the rest of the trash out. We took a
Look
trip
at that
to the
piece.
dump.
It just is not.
Can you tuck it behind your ear?
No, it's too short.
It's better.
Maybe behind my glasses.
Maybe not. Or you could just.
I tried that a little bit. Sorry, Shelley.
Sorry, everyone. Jacqueline said, no worries. A bunch of us are just on vacation with Billy the Crafty Floridian, and her custom pen went missing. Oh, her custom pen went missing? She had me make one for her. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wish I could put epoxy over the top of things, but
yeah,
I want to make sure it cures properly.
Yeah. Are your things out there too? Or
No, they're in the storage shed, but they were in the last group of boxes. So they're in the front. Well, they're in one of the two that are only like 2/3 full.
I'm just sitting in the wrong place too. If I was a little shorter, you wouldn't be able to see that, because the stripe's behind me.
Oh, so Sandy must know. She said Billy never found her pen, and she's like, I don't think so. So they okay.
Anyway,
shoot. That's been, excuse me, my month. What about your month?
My month, I've just been helping you. My dyed yarn. It's been kind of a, when it's raining out, I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. So no, nothing big. I'll show you guys something later that I've done. But I did want to remind anybody, I'm having a sale in my yarn shop. Crystal Skies. And it ends tonight at midnight. It's 25% off of all my ooks. All the ones that I have one of a kind left. Not all.
I'm like, what is an ook?
Yeah. One of a kind.
AK.
Yeah. Okay. And it's the ones that I won't be redoing. So even though I only have one nebula in a certain color, it's not there, but it's all the ones. And so there is everything. I have sock fingering.
We've had a discussion about the difference between those today.
Worsted DK, and then there's some in my striped. Yeah. So there's some in a little bit in every one of them. So if you had your eye on one, you might go check it out and see if they're still on sale or not. But 25% off is a pretty good discount.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully.
Yeah. Let's see. Sandy said she was part of the group that went to Florida with Jacqueline and 17 other ladies. She said it was a blast.
Wow.
That's Billy. Was doing she originally asked me about doing, I think, tumblers for this trip. Do you remember about that? A while back.
Oh, a while back.
But then that didn't happen. But then she got a pen for Billy.
Oh.
Or Billy got a pen. Not got a pen for Billy. Billy got a pen a few months back.
Okay.
She was one of the ones that bought a pen and a few other things when I was doing my live sale.
Okay.
Well, but anyway, I digress.
I do too.
So
I should have wrote down some stuff, but
I do want to let you know we do have a little something new we're going to do at the end.
Yes.
I'm going to start doing some research for some things and talk about a few things. So, Jacqueline, yes, all wool. Donna said, Donna, all wool. That's what you have on sale is wool. You don't have any cotton there.
No, the cotton's my other side. I don't have any dyed cotton left. That's all got sold. You bought a lot of it. Yeah, I'm sure. I think you did. Yeah. And
I think I gave you some new cotton, but you're not going to dye cotton again until summer, probably, right?
Probably till summer.
Because
I was just looking at the dyes. I told Amber, I said, I thought I got rid of all those cotton dyes. Nope, they're all there. So
she likes to dye the cotton in the summer when it's too hot to dye other yarn because you don't have to use heat with cotton.
Right. But there is merino and there is Polworth on sale too, and the zebra. Some of the zebra. Jill, I know you like the zebra, so some of it. And I'm going to talk about the zebra a little bit more this afternoon.
In a little bit
when we go into what we've done in our shop. But anyway, so we
want to talk about, I found a new yarn this week, like a couple weeks ago.
Is this a whip?
Okay, it goes with my whips.
Goes with the whips. Okay. I tried.
I found a new yarn at Hobby Lobby. Jacqueline just left because I bought it all. Your cotton.
Yeah,
she bought all the cotton.
I know you did. True. That's why it's gone. Thank you.
If you like to make scrubbies, and I'm excited I found this because the scrubby yarn that they have is like an eyelash yarn, and I remember we tried to use it before, and it's very scratchy and it's very thin.
Yeah.
So at Hobby Lobby about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I found this new Scrubology Scrub It. And it's a nice thick yarn. You can use a size 10 knitting needle. But they have a lot of colors. I have like a lot. I didn't get all of them yet. I think I'm still missing one color.
But this is what they look like.
But those are the scrubbies I've made. Look how
thick they are.
Like,
this is just,
it's just one. It's just a single knit back and forth.
And look at how stretchy they are. They're really neat. I have a pair. I have a red and a green one that I'm using, and I love them. I wasn't sure.
And they're nice. I mean, you can make them. You could also make
a
body scrubby with it. Just don't do your delicate areas.
But they are
it's a little too scratchy.
But unlike they don't have sponge in them, so the sponge doesn't go bad. They don't smell. You can throw them in your washing machine. Yeah, you don't have to. We don't know how long they'll last, but I think they're gonna last quite a while.
And this one was, let's see, they're $4.29, and I got them on sale 30% off because every other week their yarn is on sale 30% off.
I checked.
It is this week. Okay. And they have in them. Let's see, where is the 100% nylon.
So it's all nylon.
It's all nylon.
That's why it's stretchy. Yeah. And that's why it's stretchy. And yet it goes back to its shape.
Yeah. They're really nice. And we're going to actually, I've made some, and Mom's going to make some too. Mom thinks she can knit like this. Because she tried crocheting, it didn't look the same.
No,
but knitting, it makes it such nice, thick fabric.
And with the crocheting, they were going like this.
Yeah,
because I tight crochet. So
we're gonna put some on Mom's shop because these don't take me very long to make, and they're kind of nice to do something besides just sitting and watching TV and door dashing.
Is that one bigger?
Turn it sideways. The same direction.
I meant this one.
Oh, maybe. I eyeball their sizes when I make them.
But anyway, yes.
Anyway, so yeah. So I don't know how new this is because Sandy said that Scrubology makes the best scrubbies. She said, I'm still using a round one that I made 6 months ago.
Oh, good.
That's good to know. So Mom's going to have some sets of these on her shop, some that I've made, some that she's made, just to get them out there. But it's fun yarn to work with.
And they're not going to be on my wool shop. They'll be on my cotton. Crystal Sky's hand-dyed. Handmade.
Handmade, yes. So here's one I'm making. Actually, this one's almost done. But you can see, I don't know if you can see, I'm using actually a 10.5 needle on them to make them.
Tell her my mistake on these.
Oh, Mom caked the yarn. So I'm having to unwind it and untwist it like every time I pull out yarn. So because it's already kind of caked, you pulled from the center, didn't you?
I did.
She pulled from the center to make it into cakes, and it made it even more twisty. So if you do it from the thing like this, it's not super twisty.
And are you working on the outside? Do you work on
I work on the inside on most of them.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't.
If I can't find the inside, I'll work on the outside. But yeah, they do knit up really well. And actually it's a really fast, if you're a fast knitter, it's about a 40, I think it took me like one episode of NCIS per scrubby. So about 45 minutes per scrubby.
Have you watched the new
No
CSI Vegas?
Nope.
I am. I'm watching it on my Apple.
We're watching the old ones again first because we didn't finish those.
Oh, okay.
Because the new one I know has to do with the old cases.
Well,
they're going back into the old cases. Yes.
Well,
that's what the ad said.
Well, it's one case.
Oh,
it's one of those. It's a one caser. I think the whole season's going to be on this one case.
Oh, okay.
Because I've watched the first two. Actually, the third one's probably up now. I guess what starts Tuesday. Oak Island.
Oh, we still haven't finished last season.
Oh,
because we kept having issues on our TV.
I'm an Oak Island nerd, you guys.
Yes.
And they're finding gold this year. It's in the previews. They're finding gold.
So, sure. They find things every year.
Yeah.
Okay. Sandy said creative grandma has a pattern for a crocheted round one that is aces. So probably easy. It's so convenient to use. The round pattern only has 4 rounds and voila, you're done.
Oh, nice.
So I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I could make the round ones and then you can
make the square ones. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Just don't cake them first. We've learned our lesson. It makes it all.
Yeah. And I've had other yarns that I've had to, sometimes the cotton, the sugar and cream, if you cake it first, because sometimes I buy it in the big thing, and when I get down so far, I'll cake it. Well, you saw it there, I have a big cake. But if you do that right away, well, you work from the outside, so it might not get twisty. But I've had to lift them up before and make the thing spin. So, oh, and you guys, if you have an NPS store.
Well, it depends on your NPS because they all have different things.
Oh.
Because they buy the pallet. They buy like wrecked trucks.
But they all have pop.
Yeah, but they don't all have the same pop.
Oh, okay. Well, the pop, Coca-Cola, quarter a can.
Yes, they have. All their canned soda is a quarter a can. I think he's a local Utah guy, though. I think NPS, I don't think it's a national store, but I'm not positive.
It's called National Products Supply or something like that. NPS. But anyway. Yeah, and they had one in Salt Lake to begin with, and now we got ours about 1.5 years, 2 years ago.
It's been a couple years, I want to say.
But it's wonderful. And yeah, but some of this stuff is more expensive than at the regular stores. You really have to know your prices, like anywhere, so.
But I did buy yesterday an eye massager because we tried one out at the fair this summer for my migraines. And the fair one was like $275. This one was $38.99, but she gave me 25% off. So I got it for like
Have you
$29.99.
used it yet?
I
Did you
tried it
not
out
like-
last night a bit.
Uh-huh.
And it does massage and it has heat. It warms up your eyebrows while it's massaging. And it has sound. It has like bird sounds and like you're in a forest to relax you. But I get migraines really bad and I have for probably about 10 years now, I want to say. And when we tried it out this summer, I was like, oh yes, I need one of these, but we didn't want to spend $300, especially because we were about to move, didn't know what was going to happen. But it actually folds up and has a carrying bag, so I can take it with me to China.
I was just saying, go to China with
I
you.
can take it with me to China, and it is it's rechargeable. It doesn't have a battery.
Oh, good.
So.
Because batteries make them heavy, it's heavier. So anyway,
I'm hot now. Do you have a whip?
Whip. Oh, just one of my same old thing. This is a new one. I'm making another one of these blankets, baby blankets. But I thought the other night I might take all these baby blankets and whip them together and make me a big blanket.
You could whip stitch them.
Yeah, just whip stitch them. But
What
yeah.
happened? Oh, is that where you tied on another yarn? I'm like, what happened? No, you missed something.
I'm still crocheting. That's where I'm
Oh, is that
crocheting. That's why I'm crocheting, Amber.
I'm sorry.
Thank goodness with crocheting.
No,
it
was like looped weird. It was sticking out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
My brain was thinking that you were crocheting it
They're sideways.
this way.
And you're going, why is that hanging out? One. Anyway, it's they call it the shell stitch, I think. I spider spider is where I
spider fiber.
Yeah. Anyway,
yes.
There you go.
That
Anyway,
really
so
cool.
This is Cloudburst or some dumb thing. Sandcastle. I don't
It's
know.
one of your yarns. Be nice. You guys, you should know what it is. One of your. Do you make it still that color?
No, I never made that color.
Isn't that yours?
That's cotton. No.
Oh,
that's from whatever. Cotton and wool. It's a 50-50 blend.
Oh, okay. I thought it was yours.
No. Well, even some of mine. I looked at some of my I looked at some of my shawls that I've made. I don't remember what color the color is.
Oh, that's funny.
I do have the one I made from you that
I don't do long sleeves well.
Yeah, we're gonna rip these
sleeves
off.
well. But it's the only Halloween shirt I have, and it's a PJ top. I didn't want to wear my full costume today because that's going to be hot. Because it's got a cloak and everything. Yes.
Did you see Robin and Brian's?
Yes, I did. That was funny.
Cute.
I do have one more whip.
Yeah, Amber has an actual whip.
And I'm using my Halloween bags that I made last year.
Oh, good.
That are like connect the dots. Like the numbered connect the dots Halloween. I have that. And then my yarn cozy is in orange.
Oh.
Is an orange connect
Well,
the
I'm
dots.
using my bag, but it's out there.
I just thought I didn't realize I had put those in there. So I'm making some socks. This is another Hobby Lobby yarn. It's a no wool yarn. That's why it is. They're Cozy Toes. It is 93% acrylic and 7% polyester.
Oh, this sweat.
No, actually, they're nice and cool. Because I have 2 pairs I've already made with the same brand.
Oh, because usually you sweat with polyester.
Don't sweat at all.
That's why you want cotton.
Yeah, I don't sweat at all. It's nice. My other ones are nice and cooling.
Nice.
Actually, they're some of my favorite socks I've made. I like wool, but sometimes during the summer, these are cooler than wool. But yeah, so that's my other whip.
Those are our whip. And we don't have a Once Been Dying in our shop for Amber.
Yeah, I'm dying
But
in our
we
shop.
have one. I have just 2 new yarns, 2 new colors that are in my shop from last week. I had more, but this is Berry Swirl.
That's really pretty. It's
And
like
I have
purple is that and black and blue
and bright pink
and bright pink.
and teal. I think
It's
I
really
have
pretty.
teal in there. Yeah, it's in worsted and fingering.
What color? What is it called again?
Berry Swirl.
Berry swirl. Okay.
And then this one is called, this was actually I will never make this again because it was an experiment.
So
And
one of
it
a
is
kind.
called Desert Nights. And it is the aqua, and it has like Cabernet in it.
It's like purple and
some
pink.
teal.
See the colors and
I tried something and this yarn didn't work well with it.
but
And
it's
then-
pretty.
Yes, it is very pretty, and there's only 2 of them. Okay, now, Jill, I got a new zebra in a new zebra colorway, instead of being called tabby, these are going to be called tiger, because instead of being 100% superwash merino, these are 80-20. So 80% superwash, 20% nylon.
Mhm.
So they're nice for socks.
They're technically sock yarn.
They're technically sock yarn. Yeah, they're not fingering.
This
they're
is where
sock
we
yarn.
had the discussion.
Yes. So no names yet, because I'm not ready to put these up yet. I want at least 10 colors before I put them up. But this one, and it's a
It's like purples. That's pretty.
and blue. It's got blue.
Ooh, I know someone who would love that. I live with her.
Yeah, I don't know that. And then this one, I know this. Oh, I know what this. I'm going to call this one Ghostwriter. I did have a name for that one.
Okay.
And then this one I'm going to call either Blooming Cactus or Cactus Flowers or whatever, something like
That's
that.
pretty.
It's pink and green.
Mhm.
Then
That
a
one has your
different
hair
version of the bumblebee that I've made. I tried a different way to do it. So I have these. And then this is my no name.
That's really pretty. That's like a nice autumn color.
Yeah, it's
Autumn/winter.
a Caribbean blue with sea spray blue mixed in with them
Mhm.
together. I mixed them. And then
That's
a
pretty.
Cabernet mixed with some pink. And yeah, and this was my experiment. This soaked up the water faster than I thought it would. So it didn't turn out the
the
way
water or the color?
the water that had the color in it.
Okay.
I tried a different way of doing it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it went. And yeah, when I was soaking it in my sink, I had to keep pushing them down. So I thought, oh, this will be a great one to do this. Well, I've decided I have to use cold water to start. And then because the
Mhm.
hot water just pulled it right down. But it was a fun experiment. It turned out
Mhm.
pretty, but I will never make that color again because I can't.
Yeah, because just the
But-
way it worked.
Just the way it worked. But
Let's
they
see.
were fun to do.
Crafty Grandma Gina is on here. She says, hi, everyone. I don't know if it's Gina or Jania because it's Jeania. So I don't know if it's Gina or Jania.
Yeah.
Either could be correct. Bree said, those are beautiful.
Thank you.
Jill says, you're killing me, Smalls.
She likes my zebra.
Jacqueline says, wow, wool-tasticness.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Mom is
But
really
anyway,
good at that.
yeah.
Good at dyeing yarn.
Yeah, it's one of those artistic. I was an artist in school. My girlfriend and I together, we drew this about that big. It was about that big by this, and it was done with in our craft class. I took crafts my senior year because I had nothing else to take. I only needed my senior year because I had to take English, 4 years of English. Everything else I took crafts. I was a majorette, so we got to count that as our gym class, and so this craft. But anyway, I didn't know I was such an artist, and we drew a picture. We sketched it with the pencil of President Kennedy, and they hung it in the library of Sentinel High School for years. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah,
Wow.
So
I didn't know that.
you did,
You never told that story
President
before.
Kennedy, yeah.
Wow.
So, and it was a big one. It was like, I don't know, it was big. I wish I had it. I wish I had got to keep it, but they asked us if they could put it in there. I don't think she did anything. She just helped me decide how to do it. But yeah, it was with a charcoal pencil.
Oh.
Yeah, I did an airplane. We sat outside, and on the front of our school, we had this airplane. Up on stilts and stuff. And we had to learn dimension or depth, we had to do the airplane. And let me tell you, just like one girl I saw the other day on Locks and Keys, she was doing a bicycle. Do you remember that? She had to do a bicycle. And it's harder than you think to draw these, to get the perspective, the depth. And yeah, so we did that. And it was a fun class, It was one of those A classes that you can get an A just for showing up practically. But anyway. Yeah, back in the old days, we had to take 4 years of English, 4 years of PE, and then 2 history, 2 math, and 2 like biology or something, 2 sciences, and then you could fill the rest in. But now I don't know how they do it anymore. I know they don't have to take 4 years
Depends
of
on the
general.
state. It depends on the state.
Yeah.
Every state has different.
Does it? Yeah. So
Aunt Shelley just asked, with shipping problems, are you having trouble getting your wool?
not so far. I'm not having trouble, but the wool people are having trouble. But Mom's
prepared.
Yeah, and I've been dealing with now. the place in England that I usually get, one of the places, they are having trouble. The wool that I was getting, the sparkle wool, I can't get, won't even have any till January. And they announced it like in September. So 4 months they're having trouble getting the wool. But then this other company I deal with, he's so fun. His name's Andy. And when they get a bin at the port, he emails everybody, says, okay, the bin has arrived and this is what will be in it. And I'll let you know. And as soon as he gets it in, they take down their site for half an hour and put all the new stuff up. And then you can go in and get it. So yeah. And then Nitpicks, which everybody deals with, they've been running out real fast. But I have been pretty well as I'm.
She's usually well stocked.
Well stocked. I have 400.
She lives the Boy Scout model.
I do.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. I have 400 mini skeins and another 400 micro mini skeins.
Wow.
I won't run out of those. So, well, I was pushing around whether I wanted to do an advent calendar this year. And I decided no.
Too much lot of work.
For the payback you get on it. You don't make any more than you make just selling one skein of yarn per skein. So, why go to all that trouble? But they are fun. And I know a lot of people do. And that's why if you wonder why the prices are higher than buying, like, say, 4 skeins of yarn versus buying the 4 skeins in an advent, it's because there's a lot of work to them. They have to buy a bigger box. That box costs money. They usually put in little goodies. So, it's well worth the money that you're paying for that.
Yeah, it is.
And I want to tell everybody, my Wizards and Witches Harry Potter mystery Christmas box filled up. So yeah, I have no more of those left. So I'm sorry if you missed out. I had like 15 people that were in my Halloween club and they missed out. So, but maybe next year I'll do more. I don't know. They're a lot of work too. Although you just dye one color, so many skeins of one color. So anyway, but that's the end of that. And I guess, are we done with this?
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's Gina. She pronounces it Gina.
Okay.
So thank you for answering that. Jill's autocorrect, her voice app is correct, saying things weird. She said, Dave that cactus one succulent day. I think she meant name that cactus one succulent day. Jacqueline said, I was thinking agave as a name.
Agave, I have an agave, and it's turquoise and gray agave.
Okay.
So,
and Jill said succulent day as in caliente. Dang, voice app. As in caliente, like as in hot, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean. Are you getting those worsted minis in sparkle? Jill would like to know.
I do have worsted minis in sparkle.
It's hard to find the
I
sparkle
haven't
worsted,
seen
isn't it?
Sparkle worsted. They had it in England, but they don't have it anymore. And my Andy, I don't think carries it, because I did look at that. Just like you can't get the zebra in worsted unless you get the Highland wool worsted, and it's not superwash, and I don't like Highland wool. So until they come out with that in worsted, that either the 80-20 or the 100%, I won't be carrying that in worsted. But the sparkle, I don't even know if I'll look, but I don't think Gold to Die For has the sparkle. They might. I know they have the gold sparkle, which,
some people like gold. It's not my favorite color.
But
Although I do have gold earrings in right now. It's not my favorite color.
I'm trying to kind of reduce down the bases I carry, because I carry like 7 bases right now. And when it's hard, I don't make up, well, just like Exploding TARDIS, I have it in all 7 bases. Well, that's 14 yarns that it takes, so I don't have a lot of my colors in every base that I have. But if you see one of my colors and I have the recipe for it, I'm more than happy to make it in the base that you want. But, it's just, I can't. And I know some people do make hundreds and hundreds of this, and it's just, it's really, you have to be a full-time, that's all you're going to do is dye yarn. And I'm retired. I can't spend, if I do 12 yarn in one day,
it's too
that's
much
a
for
lot. So, but yeah. So, but it's I do it because it's fun, and I'm retired. And so if I don't want to dye yarn today, I don't have to dye yarn today. I can go door dashing with Amber.
So maybe this week. we'll see what happens because Dave is subbing every day but Monday.
Oh, nice.
He
Okay.
decided he didn't want to sub Monday because kids are going to be sugared out and tired
Yeah.
from being out late Sunday night.
Anyway, so
Anyway.
that's the end. Any questions about anything? About our, that we
Anything. I mean, we're pretty open.
Yep. So, and then we'll go into our new segment.
Should I talk about these?
Oh yeah, Amber started reading books again. instead of
reading the backs of
instead of-
cereal boxes.
Instead of audiobooks, she's actually picked up some
Well, I
books.
am listening to things though. I am listening to, like I said, the new podcast. I'm listening to a new podcast. Well, I think I might have listened to it last time we were on. I might have talked about it a little. It's called True Crime and Cocktails. Has Lauren Ash from Superstore, and her cousin Christy, do it. And
They're funny.
They are funny. And it started out as when the new Unsolved Mysteries came out like 2 years ago on Netflix or Hulu, whichever one it was on.
Yeah.
They'd watch the episode and then Christy would research everything for that story. And then they would talk about like stuff they didn't include in the episode and that kind of thing. That's how it started. And this year is the famous fatalities season. This season, they're in their third season, even though they've only been doing it since the pandemic started. They're in their third season. And this week they just did an old school Astonishing Legends, Unsolved Mysteries of Cindy Song, who's a girl who went missing from like a Halloween party at a university in 2001. So it's from one of the later episodes of the original Unsolved Mysteries, like season 12.
Oh, okay.
And we listened to the Gardner Museum heist.
Except they never got into it.
Yeah, they did.
Not when I was listening with you.
They
were
talk a
almost an
lot
hour.
at the beginning.
Oh, about everything.
About everything. They're hilarious. Like
They are funny.
they're funny. And it is a little bit bluer than the other podcasts I listen to. Bluer as in they do swear. Like that's a film term. Bluer means more adult, usually. So they do swear. So if you don't like swearing, you won't like this podcast because they do swear, but not as much as some of the other ones I've tried to listen to.
Yes. There's a couple out there that I tried to listen to and
it's just too much on some of them, but yeah, so they're good. So I've been listening to that. And I bought some books this week because Dave and I are actually taking a trip to celebrate having sold our house and that we have a little bit of free time before we go to China. So we're actually going to Cancun in December. So I wanted a book to read for the trip. And so I bought 3. And since I'm getting into true crime, these are like true crime books, but they're not true crime books. They're murder mysteries, I guess. That's what you call them.
Yep.
Because none of them is true. I thought one of them, I looked at a couple that were actual true stories, and I don't think that any of the ones I bought were the true stories. This one's called Gone for Good. And apparently it's a Netflix series now. Gone for Good. It's about like someone gets killed. And they think
do that in murder mysteries, they get killed.
No,
Okay,
a girl gets killed, and this guy's brother is the number one suspect. But then a whole bunch of stuff happens, and then it's years later. It's 11 years later. So that's what this one is. Dave thought I had a theme because this one is Then She Was Gone.
Oh,
and he thought my third book was going to be Gone Girl because they all have gone. It wasn't. This is called Then She Was Gone. And it says Ellie Mack was the perfect daughter, and then she was gone. 10 years after her disappearance, her mother is trying to put her life back together. So this is about, then she meets someone and he has a daughter who's like the spitting image of her missing child. That's what it's about. So that sounds good. And this one just has a funny name, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's about a high school senior. Says a pretty and popular high school senior was murdered by her boyfriend, Sal, who then killed himself. It's all anyone could talk about. And then 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town, and she decides to re-examine the case and finds new information.
Maybe he didn't.
Yeah, so maybe he didn't kill her. But it says like the line sometimes between past and present begins to blur.
Oh, because she found
someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. And apparently it has a sequel, Good Girl, Bad Blood. So I'm excited for these. I mean, I do like true crime stuff, and that listening to this podcast has kind of rekindled that love in me because I read a whole bunch. Like that's how I got into what's her name? Patricia Cornwell. She did one about Jack the Ripper.
Oh.
I think it's called Ripper. But I read that in high school and loved it. And I love true crime stuff, but it's so hard to find things that are good and informative, but not shallow. Because I like the deep dives.
You might want to join. I'm sure there's book clubs out there too that have the true crime
book clubs. I bet there are.
Because there's the ones I was always in were the fantasy more. You know, Little Joy and Owl Crate. Those were all fantasy novels. But I'm sure they have a true crime one.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm on the Facebook page for the True Crime and Cocktails people who listen to it, and they post true crime stuff on there too. Sometimes it's.
Hey, has anybody read the book The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
No, but they made a movie.
They made a movie
series.
Yeah, and I tried to read it years ago, and because it's a lot of description stuff before they even get in. I mean, I don't know what you tell, but it was a bestseller and stuff. And this was years. I was bowling, and one of the girls that I bowled with, one of the older ladies, had read it.
But you bowled until like 5 years ago.
No,
until you broke your arm.
Oh, that's right.
And Robin's only been here for 6 years.
It was the first year, that she was here, but
5 or 6 years. Then, So,
but anyway, but now they have the movie. I think
it's like a whole series.
I don't know.
Like there's like 3 movies, I think. There's like 3 or 4 books. Sorry, I'm messing with my hair.
I did
What I like
completely go through the 4 books of the Aragon series. If anybody knows Aragon, each book was on CD and they were unabridged. So each book was about 30 to 40 hours long.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Each was like 22 to 30 discs, but I loved it. I did not like the way it ended, but they had to end it, and so they ended it different than I thought they would, but it still is good. If you like dragons and stuff like that, fantasy, you'll like that one. But now today I'm getting my Clan of the Cave Bears on CD.
So we started listening to that last weekend when we went to Idaho.
And when I was younger, much younger, I read the whole series. I couldn't wait. In fact, I had to wait. Her last book, she had like a nervous breakdown. And so it was like 5 years in between the books when the last one came out. And I was living with Christy when it came out. I've
only ever made it halfway through the Mammoth Hunters, which is the third book.
Yeah.
Because Shelters of Stone is number 4. And then 5 is The Land of Painted Caves.
Is that one?
Or is that number 6?
Plains of Passage is 5 and Land of Painted and that one I did 6. And I couldn't get all the way through Plains of Passage.
Clan of the Cave Bear, Valley of the Horses, Mammoth Hunters,
Plains of
Passage, Land of Painted Caves.
Okay.
Is there 5? I think there's 5.
That's 5, but they're all big thick books. But I can't believe I read them when I was
younger,
and I read the whole thing. I didn't. A lot of people skip the first. You even said you skipped through parts.
There's parts that I do skip through. I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah, but she was telling about all the herbs and stuff, and that was kind of interesting to
some of it. Well, I the herbs I don't mind, but when they're talking about like the men's rituals, I don't care about the men's rituals. I don't care.
Yeah. So if you've ever read Clan of the Cave Bear,
like the book, the paperback is about this thick of Clan of the Cave Bear. That's the first book,
right? And it's 19 volumes, 19 CDs,
and they made a movie in the 80s. It does not follow the book.
No,
it's not good. It's not good.
I mean, they just touch on certain things.
Yeah, well, and I think if they remade it today, things would be a lot different. The Neanderthals would look different.
Yeah.
Or almost Neanderthals.
Yeah,
Homo sapiens, whichever one. But
but it was a fun book. I mean, it's and I can't wait to. I listen to these books on tape when I go to bed at night, and so some discs I only get through like the first 2 chapters, and I'm gone. So the next night I have to find out what I remember.
We do that when we're watching new stuff because we have our TV hanging in our bedroom. We're watching season 2 of Lock and Key.
Oh, are you? And I'm still in season 1.
Dave fell asleep 10 minutes into episode 9 last night. There's only 10 of season 2, and Dave fell asleep. I'm like, we're gonna have to watch it again because he missed important stuff.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm still on. I think I've gone through episode 3 of it. I just don't like the girl from the well. I mean, I just
the
can't,
Well House.
Yeah, I just can't get past her. I mean,
you got to keep watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
because
but I can't.
I don't want to tell you anything.
Yeah, I can't watch it when Jeff's here because he doesn't like it.
Oh, he doesn't like it.
No.
Oh, Dave loves it.
Yeah, and maybe it's just because he won't sit there and get into it. He's, but
and it's got Georgie from It in it. Their little brother, Bodhi, is Georgie from the new It.
Oh, and I didn't
from the
see
new one that came out a couple years ago.
So,
but let's see really quickly. Chris is on. YFP Chris. Oh, good to see you two together. Usually seeing you on a video call. Now I'm here, so we're going to be together more often. Right. Jill laughed. Haha, Donna. I think at your joke about it's a murder mystery. Someone always dies. Jill says, hello, chat. Sorry, I can't see comments below, but hello, everyone. Jacqueline says, my favorite book series of all time.
It's kind of
cave there. They are good books.
They are good.
They're just long.
Yeah.
And sometimes I struggle. Sometimes my attention span just.
Yeah. The Aragon books are long too. And I read the first two, actually physically read the first 2 or 3 of them. But I didn't, when I was reading, I didn't realize there was a 4th book. So, but then when I found them on DVD or CD, I got them. The first 2, I think I got at our DI store. And and then did I tell you I have the whole 4 sets of DVD, but CDs. But me and Jeff were at the DI and they had the 3rd book on CD, $2. I could not leave it. I bought it just because who knows, I might want to sell it someday or something. And I don't know. But I said to Jeff, I can't leave this. I paid like $14 on eBay for mine. So yeah. What are you doing? Making notes?
Oh yeah, because Jacqueline said something. Okay. She said, I watched Lock and Key too. Jacqueline did. And she said, Amber, you might like the CJ Box series. So I wrote down CJ Box series because I'm going to look into it.
It must be a murder mystery.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Because I like a lot of different books. I don't know.
Her favorite all-time person in the world is Dean Koontz.
Yes, Dean Koontz is my favorite author
because I
fangirled over him too. I found this, by the way, when we were moving our stuff. Do you remember I had emailed him to sign up for his newsletter?
I still get it. Okay. By the way, I still get that.
But so I had emailed to that back when before I was married.
Yeah.
And I had put a little note there because his dog Trixie had passed away and he had Trixie forever. And I put a little note in the little sign up form about it. And he actually reads them and he wrote me a personalized note on the newsletter. And I found it when we were packing stuff. So I made sure I did not throw it away because I was like, oh, he actually read my little comment and wrote on the newsletter for me. I was like, oh,
well, I still get your newsletters and I've been throwing them away, but I'll start saving them for you.
I want to see. I mean, I follow him on Facebook too. He posts things on Facebook all the time, but I love Dean Koontz. Watchers, my favorite book of all time, and The Darkest Evening of the Year is another one that I really love. And I love his Odd Thomas series, and Seize the Night is the second book in Fear Nothing, about the guy who has XP, xeroderma pigmentosa.
Yeah, he goes out at night.
Yeah, it's because he can't go out in the day because he get cancer and die, basically.
Yeah.
That is it in a nutshell. but yeah, I love Dean Koontz. I do love Stephen King too. I mean, some of his newer stuff, not as much, but his older stuff, yes. Dave told me he was subbing the other day and one of the students in his class was reading it. And I was like, what grade? He's like 9th. I was like, I read that in 6th grade.
You read young. She read in.
I've always liked to read.
And I didn't read those books, so I didn't know
how adult they were.
How adult they were, some of the racy stuff in it.
Yeah, they're pretty adult, but I don't know. I've always liked to read. And so I haven't started these yet, but I might start this one tonight after reading the back again. I was like, oh, that's why I bought that one. I'm excited about this one. I might start it tonight. Who knows? Maybe I'll finish all these in the next 35 days before we go to Cancun.
At our dollar store a couple weeks ago, they had, if you like CDs or DVDs, they had Twilight in the dollar section. I have the whole
thing. That's
thing.
Because it was all panned. People give that movie such crap. And those books.
Well, really, the first movie, Twilight, she was not that good of an actress.
She is not a good actress.
She got better as she went along. But I
don't like Kristen Stewart. I still don't.
First book, she was.
She only has one look. That's her look. No, it's actually more like, because she always has her mouth open. But Sorry, I'm not
Well,
famous.
and see, I had read the books before we saw the movies, and the
books are better.
The guy they picked for the main character. I went blank on his name. What was his name?
Edward?
Edward. The guy they picked for Edward. He was not when I read the books, I did not picture him. I pictured more of a dark hair. I mean, almost black hair, and but I like Jake. Mm-hmm. But yeah, to me, because I guess probably because I was a Harry Potter fan, and in my mind, I keep thinking
of him as Cedric Diggory.
Mm-hmm. So, and then I had seen some during the Twilight series. I saw some interviews of them. They did a panel discussion, and oh my gosh, he kind of was almost like he was high or something. I mean, he just didn't.
I feel like he, though, as an actor is growing. I've seen him in a couple things now. He's going to play the Joker in the new Batman series.
Woo.
I feel like he's growing as an actor, and I'm sure Kristen Stewart is. She's playing Diana in a new Princess Diana, and apparently the pictures from the set, she looks like her. Okay. And apparently she's doing a really good job, but I just have never liked her. I don't know. Something about her just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
And maybe because I was one of the fangirls who wanted what's her name? The girl from Sucker Punch and Series of Unfortunate Events. I wanted her to be Bella. I can't think of the actress's name, but if you followed Twilight and if you were on any of the boards when they made the movie, there was like fan choices for people to play actors, and she was one of them. And I always thought she would have done such a better job. I can't think of her name though right now. She was also in The Uninvited, a good scary movie. It's 11:57. If you're wondering,
no. Wow.
Jill said, that was Jill that said you might like CJ Box. I'm sorry. I thought I said Jacqueline. CJ Box series is a Wyoming game warden who's always looking at mysteries and murders and all that stuff. That does sound interesting.
That like
I wrote down a little more on my paper.
Yeah, I do like murder mysteries too. I have the whole box set of Murder, She Wrote.
Yes.
And it's so funny when you go back and watch those Murder, She Wrote, especially you go, just call somebody. Oh, yeah, that's right. They didn't have cell phones. I mean, in all these little predicaments she gets in, if she had a cell phone. Yeah. But I've read a lot of murder mysteries. I liked all the cookie ones, the ones that have a cookie recipe in every one of them. And a lot of those kinds. But yeah.
I made Dave watch Scream this week. He's never seen the original Scream from 96. Well, because it's rated R.
Yeah.
And we've been exploring a little more on things. Like I made him watch the whole Fear Street series, the Fear Street movies with me. They just made Fear Street on Netflix. There's 3 movies.
Oh, okay.
They are nothing like the books, but they're their own story. But I made him watch those, and so we watched Scream. And it's interesting how things have changed with cell phones, because there was a cell phone,
but they were the bigger.
It was like it looked like a little Nokia, like the old Nokia, almost a brick. But things with cell phones were much different.
Well,
they're remaking it.
I had the brick. It was like a shoebox in my car.
Yeah, you had the car phone.
The car phone, you just plugged it into your cigarette lighter. But
hi, Lisa. Welcome.
Yes, welcome.
We finished the movie. I was like, what'd you think? And he goes, yeah. I was like, that is not a what did you think answer. Did you like it? Did you not? He's like, it was okay. I'm like, we're watching Scream 2 this week. I was like, it is Halloween and we've only watched one scary movie. We need to watch more.
Scary movie nut.
Like, I love them. So I actually signed up for TBS. Is it TBS Plus? AMC Plus for a week free trial with Prime, so we can watch all the Scream movies.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna watch Scream 2 next, which is my least favorite of them. But
Scream's the one that had Drew Barrymore in it.
At the very beginning,
At the very beginning, okay.
Yes, and Nev Campbell before she was super famous from Party of Five.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So Scream 1 is good. Scream 2 it's my least favorite. Scream 3 is I'd say Scream 3 is my favorite because of all the jokes at Hollywood. All the digs at Hollywood. It's so funny. And then Scream 4 was, but now they're remaking Scream. Well, it's not remaking. It's later.
Another one.
But it's not Scream 5 because, yeah. Okay, Lisa's on. I said hello, right? And Lisa also says, no, Fear Street was nothing like the books. No. Like the books are written for high schoolers, but really I'd say the books are probably are PG to maybe PG-13. This movie was rated R. All 3 movies were rated R. There was a lot of swearing and there was sex and there was, a little more adult than the books. But I love those Fear Street books.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
could still sit down and read one in like a day because they're so tiny. They're like
Oh
95
yeah, I
pages.
remember you getting those.
And I like them better than the Goosebumps books because Goosebumps is for younger, like 12 and 13-year-olds.
Yeah, Goosebumps was younger.
Yeah. So anyway, segueing to Halloween. So here's our new segment. I discovered I'm good at research.
I'm a researcher.
I like to research.
And this has nothing to do with
this has nothing to do with knitting, but I discovered last week, especially when we were researching some stuff because of our house. Some things were happening, and so we were looking stuff up, and I was really good at research. So I'm like, I'm going to do a segment of something I researched on all of our podcasts. So if you don't care, you can turn it off now. Usually it'll be knitting or crochet relating or fiber related.
All right.
I tried to look up history of Halloween and knitting or Halloween and crocheting. There's not really any. Oh, haven't seen Get Out. Aunt Shell said, how about Get Out? Haven't seen that one yet, but I saw another one by the same director called Us. I liked that movie, but Dave hasn't seen that one yet. Get Out. It's like basically a black guy's marrying into a white family in the South and stuff's happening about him being taken over. That's all I know about the movie. I haven't seen it, but it does look very scary.
Oh, scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Haven't seen that one. So I decided just to kind of research the history of Halloween. And I do have my citation. This all came from history.com.
Okay. There you go.
Because Halloween is coming up. It was one of the first things that came up when I searched in. So let me tell you a little bit about the history of Halloween. It's not going to be all inclusive because there's a lot of history of Halloween. Jill says she's watching Outlander.
I watched the first year, maybe. I got up until he got captured again and what she had to do with the king to get him out.
I didn't get that far. So,
but yeah, I guess there's 6 seasons of that.
Yeah, I think is it still on?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still on. Yeah. Okay. So the Halloween tradition, it originated with the ancient Celtic or Celtic festival of, it's spelled Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain. Okay. They would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. Samhain is celebrated to welcome the harvest and usher in the dark half of the year. That's what it's about.
Okay.
People believe that the barriers between the physical world and spirit world break down during Samhain, so there can be more interaction between humans and those of the other world. It is usually celebrated from October 31st to November 1st. That's when Samhain is celebrated. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory designated November 1st as All Saints Day to honor the saints. So the Celtics were about 2,000 years ago. This is when this started. Mm-hmm. And then in the 8th century, Pope Gregory did All Saints Day on November 1st. And they eventually started incorporating parts of the Celtic festivals into their Christian beliefs, or
to get them
to try to get the pagans to join. And so the night before All Saints Day became known as All Hallows Eve, and then Halloween. That's my little quick history. There is so much more, you guys, like pages and pages.
Yeah, because you didn't even mention about, what do they call it in that day? The Day of the Dead. Isn't that kind of?
That's in Mexico. Right. And that's in November.
Oh, okay.
That's not Halloween.
Okay, sorry.
But because there also is October 31st was a Day of the Dead, but not the Day of the Dead.
Okay.
And that's when everything is thin. That's why they would build bonfires, and then they would light their own hearths with flames from the bonfires to help ward off the evil spirits, and they would dress up as a spirit or something to try to blend in with the evil spirit so they wouldn't take them. Oh. It was as a protection.
See, that's a little more that you didn't say.
I know. I was trying to do the Cliff's Notes version. Because I could talk about this forever. I could talk about Halloween forever. It's my favorite holiday. It really is. And just there's so much. And it's interesting to look at even pictures from the 80s. Like I saw a picture posted this week of a school bus for kids dressed up for Halloween from the 80s. And the way costumes were so different than we are now. like just like masks and like a white sheet for a ghost or whatever they were. So
right, because a lot of them were bought at that age. I made you kids as
yeah. But I mean, like
at first,
it Halloween wasn't even close to what it is now.
No, now.
And adults didn't dress up as much, did they? It wasn't as big for adults. It was more for children.
Well, yeah, because I don't remember even ever dressing up until I went back to Montana, and we dressed up at that dealership. But other dealerships, no, I don't remember dressing up.
And now a lot of people dress up for work, and
yeah,
it's bigger, and people go all out with their costumes.
Oh yeah. So because people nowadays have more money than they had back in those days, and they spend it freer. Then I mean, I never had a store-bought costume growing up, ever. None of us kids did. My mother made our
you didn't have a lot of store-bought clothes either, though.
No,
your mom made all your clothes, didn't she?
Yeah, she was a sewer. Yeah, we'd get a store-bought outfit for Christmas. That was a big thing. So, but yeah, otherwise she made, but we had a lot of clothes. I mean, I could wear a different skirt every day to school because my mother
liked to do it.
Yeah, she loved to sew. When we were at school, that's what she did. She sewed us kids' clothes. I wasn't a sewer. I did a little, but not a lot, So
my only handmade clothes are my knitted socks.
Yeah.
And maybe like a knitted hat too. But
well, what happened is material got so expensive. All the time you put in, sometimes it was easier just to buy a skirt or than put all that time.
Well, yeah, when I can buy a t-shirt for like $3 to $5 sometimes, why take the time? Because time costs money too. Yes. Time is money.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. And when there's other things that like we have to work a full-time job outside the house.
Yes, which I did too. Yeah. So, well, not all the time, but a lot of it. I worked a full-time job. But it's just way different. Everything's way different. So, hey, if you guys want to watch some fun videos, they have a podcast. The girl, it's called 15. I know Jill will like this. 15 items you must buy at the dollar store. It's really interesting. So I went to my dollar store yesterday, and our dollar store didn't have any of the stuff that she had gotten because she lives back east. So, every dollar store is different. But I was looking for, she had got this like something you put towels on, like a towel rack, but you could expand it, and it was little, and it went over your cupboards. I mean, I wanted to get one to put in my kitchen over that cupboard to hang wet dishcloths on and stuff, and we didn't have them. So, but yeah, different little things like that. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah. But anyway, so what are we going to do next?
Jill said, doesn't it have something to do with winter solstice too? Kind of. It has to do with the changing of seasons, but not really winter solstice.
Because winter solstice doesn't start until December.
It's That's December 21st. So it has to have to do with the changing of seasons into autumn, even though autumn officially starts in September. But it's the welcoming of the harvest is the big part of it, I think. Because like I can't talk.
That was a big deal back then.
I know. The harvest was huge. So not really winter solstice, but kind of the changing of seasons because it gets colder and darker.
Right.
So yes, I don't know what I'm going to research next time because some things, if you search the history of something, there's a lot of info. So maybe I'll do like a specific stitch.
Oh, I saw something that I've never even thought about the other day on Instagram. One of my people that I follow, they raise sheep, and they got some new sheep in, and the sheep, how the sheep look fluffy all the way around. Well, she had her sheep there, and she pulled the sheep's fur apart. It goes down about that deep, and the only part of it that was white was the top. Everything underneath was like a brown color. Yeah, and she kept pulling. She said, "This is my new breed." I don't know what it was called, but she said they just got three girls and a buck in, or whatever they call them. Are you?
3 ewes and a ram
in. But she was pulling, and I had never even thought about. I mean, it looked so weird when she pulled it apart. It was like, it kind of reminded me like of the cuffs on a winter jacket. You know how that looks, the ribbed look inside. Yeah, it was just weird, and I'd never seen that. So maybe you could pick a sheep and do a
a history of it or a more information about it.
Yeah, like the Polworth or something.
Mhm. Like a what do they call that? Like a spotlight on.
A spotlight on it. You know what I'd love to hear is when knitting first started.
Oh,
I
I
wonder
thought
when
about that, and that was it's long. It's been a long tradition. Like, so I thought there would be something cool with knitting and Halloween because I really want to actually research knitting and war.
Okay.
Because in World War II, people would knit sweaters with hidden messages inside to share with the Allies to get information across. So I want to learn more about that because
Where did you hear that?
I've seen articles about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they used it to fight the war in World War II.
Wow.
I don't know if they did in World War I as well, but I want to say I've read about World War II.
Right, because like the Indians, they never knitted or crocheted.
The American Indians?
The American Indians, all their stuff was woven or like they used hides, tanned hides.
Mhm.
But even their canopy, that was tanned hides. And yeah, they didn't knit or crochet.
Mhm.
But yet over in the old country, I'm sure they did.
They did, I want to say. I mean,
I wonder
in
when it
Ireland,
started.
I mean, that's why people
Right,
go to
but I-
Ireland on knitting tours.
But you never see any pictures of like the Greeks having anything knitted or
It was too
crocheted.
hot there.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Italy gets very cold. Italy has the Alps.
That's
No,
true.
Switzerland has the Alps.
But Greece is not in Italy. It's Greece.
Yeah, but it's right in there.
It's its own country. It's its own country.
Just like Spain, just sitting out there in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, so
Sitting out there in the middle of nowhere.
well,
What?
it's attached,
No,
but it's
but
sitting there. It's at the
Italy
end
is
of a-
Italy is the boot,
Yeah, and
and the Alps are not part of Italy. They're part of Switzerland,
but what Italy
Right?
has, yes, well,
right? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell
but
me.
the Alps might
'cause-
go all the way through Italy. I don't know.
Where are the Alps located?
Just talk back to you. Do you have your sound off?
Tell me where the Alps are located.
Here's some information.
There's nothing there.
Uh,
Does it go down through Italy?
no, they're up here. Italy's down here. It's up here. Were you thinking of Rome and
No.
not Greece when you were talking about? No,
Ask-
but when you were talking
Ask
about,
what mountain ranges in Italy. I know they have a mountain range.
are there any mountain ranges in Italy?
I found this on the web.
There are the Italian Alps, but they're near
That's
the
it?
top. Okay.
Okay.
That's where,
That's what I heard. the
okay,
Alps
that's
said.
where yeah. The Alps, the Apennines, and the Dolomites. It's Dolomite, baby. So the Alps are way up here, though. They're like not in the boot.
Yeah, and then
I didn't
Switzerland.
realize that Italy was up that high. That's my bad. I didn't realize it was up that high.
Because see, Spain's down right there, isn't it?
Spain is, I don't know. This Google map is not showing me anything but Italy.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Maybe back when it started, Italy was not Italy. That's fair. 3 girls in a book. That sounds like a dirty movie. 3 girls in a book. Did I say something about 3 girls in a book?
I don't think so.
I guess I did. And then Lisa says during World War II, my grandmother knit my grandfather's socks because he was in Germany and a size 14. Wow. Those are
That
big
took a whole
feet.
scene.
That probably took a skein and a half.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And they wore wool socks. Yeah. And they weren't superwash. They were itchy wool socks.
Mhm.
And every army person was assigned a wool blanket. I still remember that from your dad. And he said they were itchy,
Oh yeah, but warm.
but warm. Yeah.
Itchy but warm.
And cool in the winter.
I was shaking the table, so I was holding it straight up. Can't you see us shake when you do that? Oh,
There we go.
we're making a shake.
We had an earthquake called Donna.
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway,
So-
so yeah.
but I
So,
guess that's
I'll surprise
it.
you with what I do next time because I'm not sure. I just decided last night on mine for this one.
I reminded her. I said, I thought you were going to do
No, I
it."
was gonna do it anyway, but we were in
Right.
the middle of watching.
Now that she's not knitting, I mean, not crochet,
I'm knitting
not dyeing or making pins or making
Mhm.
cups,
and living in a room.
and she's living in a room.
Well, I mean, I guess we all live in rooms. if you think about
Living
it.
in one room. She's in a one-room apartment in
Pretty
her
much.
parents' house.
Okay, last weekend when Dave and I went up to spend the night, I have to tell you this, we stayed in a bed and breakfast.
Oh.
Kind of like a bed and breakfast in Lava Hot Springs. Because I told you
Yes.
it was about the same price as staying in a hotel in Pocatello. Our room was about this big with a queen size bed in it. We didn't have a telephone.
Well,
We had an ice bucket.
You're in a bed and breakfast.
I know, but it was like an old house that had been made into like, it wasn't really a bed and breakfast because we still had to go out. Because I don't know how bed and breakfast works.
That's it. Yeah,
Don't
you
they
don't
bring
even
you
have to
breakfast
use
in
it.
bed?
No.
We had our own bathroom. We did have our own
sometimes
bathroom.
They offer breakfast downstairs for breakfast, but usually you don't even have your own bathroom. You have the bathroom down the hall.
We did though. We had our own bathroom, which was nice.
There were a couple wonderful ones in Helen. My girlfriend, in fact, I went to a party there, a dress party. They were selling clothes, but it was a bed and breakfast they had made in, and they had made where each room did not have the toilet was down this hallway, but each room they had they took a sewing machine and an old sewing machine, you opened it up and it had a faucet and a bowl for you could wash up in there and not have to, and then
a basin.
Yeah, but it was kind of neat the way they did that. But everybody, they only had one bathroom in those days, and that's the fun of a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, we had our own bathrooms, and they had because it's at Lava Hot Springs in the bottom floor, they had 3 private hot springs rooms.
Oh,
they had like a tiny one, a medium size, and a big one. So if you had like friends that were staying there too, you could all share one, but they were private. You could lock the door and go in and just schedule like a half an hour of it. Dave and I went and did a half an hour. It was so nice. It was so good. Like just warm, so warm.
Because Lava Hot Springs, that's what it is. It's not
the natural hot springs.
Natural hot springs.
But yeah, we enjoyed that. But the room was tiny. I mean, all we did was sleep in it though. So I mean, it's not a big deal, but
yeah. Most of those, especially if they're made in an old house, that's what they've done.
And that's what a lot of the things in Lava are their old houses that were made into hotels / they don't even have any chain hotels in Lava. They're all that kind.
Bed and breakfasts. Fun.
Yeah.
But
anyway, so we'll have, maybe I'll have a book review for you next time too. Maybe I'll finish a book.
Yeah.
But
who knows?
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. And I know it's been a month, hopefully 2 weeks. And
if you haven't popped into my shop, go see what's on sale, just to see, you never know.
Oh, 3 Girls and a Buck. Was Donna talking about the sheep? Was when you were talking about the sheep?
Yes, it does, doesn't it? A buck. Yes, not a ram. They're called bucks because rams have actually a breed. Aren't rams a breed?
No, ram is the male sheep, but a buck is a male deer, isn't it?
I don't know. What's a male sheep called?
What is a male sheep called? Because I think I get this in my
That's
crossword.
what I found from Britannica.
It's a ram.
Oh, it's a
Male
ram.
sheep are called rams.
Yeah,
Females aways, and immature animals lambs.
Aways?
He can't pronounce the word use.
Oh, Aways. They're Aways.
Yes.
You should hear how he pronounces your last name.
Oh, I'm sure he can't.
Oh, McConaughey. You're Amber McConaughey.
Our directional software that comes through DoorDash, Crossroad Boulevard is Crossroad Boulevard. Every time, Crossroad. She can't say Crossroad. Every time. I'm like, I don't know why that's how she pronounces it, but our phone's fun.
Like Christy Houghton, it's Houghton. My guy.
At least it does the and it doesn't do the.
No, but you're McConaughey. McConaughey. Yeah.
That's okay. I've been called
Hurley's
worse
easy.
things. I've been called worse things in my life.
Yeah.
So anyway, so thanks for joining us. Hopefully in 2 weeks.
I have more.
Yeah.
So, and I've posted a few Christmas colors. I'm big into doing seasonal. I did have, Halloween's over now practically. I did have one color left on the Halloween. I did autumns, but anyway, so just check it out, have fun.
Yeah.
And then her scrubbies will be on my Crystal Skies handmade site or Crystal Skies cotton. Half the time I don't know which one they're going to put up.
I'll give you these 4 now. I haven't
scrubbies.
sewn in on the blacks yet. I haven't sewn in the
Yeah.
black ends.
So
anyway, thanks for joining us. I hope you guys have a safe and happy Halloween. If you celebrated, if not, have a great weekend because not everyone celebrates.
Oh,
Halloween.
and what's her name? About the round.
Oh yeah. I didn't write that down, did I? Hold on. Let me write that down. I did worsted mini. Oh, there she is. Creative Grandma.
Okay. Now, is that on YouTube? I wonder.
Maybe.
Or is it on Ravelry? Or is it on, if it's on Ravelry, I can't get it.
You don't have Ravelry anymore, do you?
Nope.
Okay. So I just wrote down Creative Grandma Scrubby Pattern. And yeah. Thanks, guys,
Hi,
for
thanks.
joining us.
And
Thanks
we'll
for
see
putting
you
up with
later.
our randomness.
Yes.
And we'll see you.